You sit down to work. 30 seconds later, you're checking your phone. You open a book. Suddenly, you're watching a YouTube video about a wombat eating cake. You plan to finally start that project, then scroll Instagram until your brain feels like mashed potatoes. You're not alone. We are the most distracted generation in history. And it's not just a bad habit, it's a crisis. Your attention has been stolen, not accidentally, not subtly, but strategically, methodically, and ruthlessly, by companies, platforms, and apps designed to hijack your brain. So no, you're not weak, you're not broken, but you are under attack. The good news, you can take your mind back. Here's the raw truth behind your distractions, and the real tools to break free. Your attention is the most valuable commodity on earth. Why do you think every app is free? Why do you think notifications are red? Why do you think your screen never stops scrolling? Because your attention is for sale. Every swipe, click, tap, pause, scroll, like, and comment is harvested, tracked, and sold to advertisers and algorithms. You're not the customer, you're the product. Billions of dollars have been spent reverse engineering your brain to create compulsion loops, little dopamine hits that feel harmless but keep you coming back. Infinite scroll, no natural stopping point. Red notification bubbles signals urgency. Personalized feeds trigger emotional reactions. You might also like leads to hours lost. These features weren't built for convenience, they were designed for addiction. And the result? You've become reactive. Your focus is fragmented. Your attention span is shot. This isn't laziness, this is neurological warfare. The science of the hijack. Let's break down what's happening in your brain. When you get a like, a comment, a text, your brain releases dopamine, the feel-good chemical tied to reward and pleasure. Over time, you associate boredom or effort with discomfort, and dopamine-fueled distractions with relief. Now your brain begins craving short-term rewards, scrolling memes, notifications, instead of long-term satisfaction. Distraction has a hidden cost, your life. Every time you switch tasks, say from writing to checking Instagram, your brain needs 23 minutes to fully refocus. Now multiply that by how often you do it every day. How many hours are you bleeding? But it gets deeper. Distraction kills creativity, it erodes memory, it weakens discipline, it destroys presence, your ability to live and feel the moment you're in. Signs your brain's been hijacked. Here's how to know it's happening. You open an app without realizing it. You check your phone first thing in the morning, even before you pee. You can't finish a page in a book without glancing at your screen. Silence makes you anxious. You always need noise or stimulation. You feel drained after hours of scrolling, but keep going anyway. These aren't quirks. These are symptoms of hijacked cognition. You're not just distracted, you're conditioned. But you can undo the damage. How to reclaim your brain. Step by step. Here's how to slowly break free. No dopamine detox fantasy required, just small deliberate changes that compound. 1. Create a friction wall around your attention. If junk food is always in your house, you'll eat it. If your phone is always within reach, you'll check it. So the first step is to make distraction harder. Leave your phone in another room while you work. Use site blockers, like Freedom or Cold Turkey, to block addictive sites. Log out of social apps after each use, forcing a password barrier. Turn off all non-essential notifications. Use the focus sprint method. Your brain doesn't need 8 hours of deep focus, it just needs short, intense bursts. Set a timer for 25 minutes, a focus sprint. Work on only that task. No switching, no phone, no multitasking. Take a 5-minute break. This method, based on the Pomodoro technique, works because it respects your biology. Short bursts of focus, rest, repeat. 3. Train your dopamine system. Like a muscle, right now your dopamine system is trained for cheap thrills. We're going to retrain it for delayed gratification. Start with daily wins that require focus and build satisfaction. Reading 10 pages of a book. Journaling for 5 minutes. Finishing a task without checking your phone. Sitting with discomfort, without stimulation for 2 minutes. You're teaching your brain, this feels good too. Over time, your reward circuitry rebuilds. You start craving progress over distraction, creation over consumption. 4. Declutter your digital life. Your environment shapes your behaviour, especially online. Clean up, unsubscribe from email newsletters you don't read, unfollow content that numbs instead of inspires, delete apps that provide more distraction than value, organise your desktop and phone into minimalist folders. Your brain craves clarity. If your screen is chaotic, your focus will be too. 5th, stop starting the day in chaos. The first 10 minutes of your day set the tone for the next 10 hours. And if you wake up and check your phone, scroll news, dive into emails, you've already lost. Your brain goes into reactive mode, chasing inputs instead of setting intention. Write down your top 3 priorities. Don't touch your phone for at least 30 minutes. Create before you consume. Set the tone before the world takes it from you. This one habit can change your life. 6. Embrace boredom on purpose. This sounds counterintuitive, but it's vital. Your brain needs boredom. It's during space that you get clarity, creativity, and insight. But most people can't go 30 seconds without reaching for their phone. So here's a challenge. Sit alone for 5 minutes. No phone, no music, just silence. Walk without headphones. Wait in line without checking your screen. You're not being lazy, you're rewiring your tolerance for stillness. You're building focus by learning to sit with nothing. This one skill, being okay with quiet, will set you apart in a distracted world. 7. Give your focus a why. You can follow every productivity trick in the book, but if your goals are hollow, you'll relapse. Distraction thrives when you're unclear, when you're busy but not meaningfully engaged. So ask, why does your focus matter? What's the cost of staying scattered? What would you gain if you reclaimed your attention? Write it down, look at it every day, make it real, because the war on your attention won't stop. But when your purpose is stronger than their profit, attention is a superpower in a distracted world. In a time when everyone is distracted, scattered, lost in the feed, you become unstoppable if you can just sit down and focus. Not for hours, not for perfection, just consistently, quietly, with intention. Because your attention shapes your destiny. What you focus on, you become. What you repeat, you reinforce. And what you allow in becomes your life. So protect your mind like it's sacred. Because it is. Which distraction will you cut first? Comment below and start reclaiming your time. Want more no fluff content that helps you fight back against the noise? Subscribe, because your mind wasn't meant to be a marketplace. It was built to build something greater.